Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever at the Butterfly Palace. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, it's Friday. We made it to another Friday. That's good news. We're celebrating. Weekend is here. And speaking of news, we got some news to share with you today.
All right, here you go. Springfield's Baptist Bible College has a new name and a renewed focus on the future. BBC will now be called Mission University. The seminary school has been around for 75 years and had 365 students at last enrollment there on East Kearney. That's exciting. That's exciting for them. The Springfield Greene County Health Department is about to get some major upgrades. And while crews renovate their current space on Chestnut Expressway, the department is opening up shop in the Cox North Medical Tower. The current location will be closed while the work is done from February 26th through March 4th. So if you need health department services in that time frame, you can just head over to the Cox North Towers to follow up with them there and follow the signs to get you there. The temporary move is less than a mile from where you'd normally be going to get services.
So that starts today, February 26th.
No, babes, today's January.
Oh, it's February 26th. Okay. I was
1 month
January.
from
Okay.
today.
Well, then
But
that's
health
not very
department's
long.
a busy place, so they got to be, people need to know where to go, because if you need them, you need them, you know?
That's not very long. Like what, a week? Only a week that they're going to be out of there. Okay.
Right.
It'll be quick. This is good news. Classic Springfield Barbecue Restaurant has new ownership, and one of the oldest joints in town, Pappy's Place, isn't going anywhere. So that's the really good news. The new owners are training, settling in a little bit. The previous owner actually didn't have Pappy's for too long, since 2019. You'll recall Susan Rader's husband passed away, and then she found herself in a situation where she needed to sell it, and she wanted to sell it to someone who would keep it open, and that's what she's done. She still owns the property right next door to Pappy's. She and her husband were planning on that being a music venue, which it still may be, because the new owners of Pappy's would like to eventually buy that space next door and open that music venue that they created over there. So Pappy's is still open. Great barbecue still available, and new owners to give it a new go. You like Pappy's, right?
You know what?
Who took you
have
to
only ever
Pappy's?
been there one time.
With Tim Lime Cooler, right?
With Tim Lime Cooler, and I loved it. I don't know why I don't get that direction more often, honestly. Here's the deal. I don't eat out very much,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Tim, was a photographer over at KY3. And when each of us started, he'd take us to new Casper's. He takes everybody to the places around town that you need to go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Tim took me there too. If you think you've been overcharged by an insurance company, maybe you have. I don't know. Last year, Missouri's Department of Commerce and Insurance returned nearly $28 million to Missourians, all of it following consumer complaints about insurance. Health insurance specifically has the largest volume of complaints. So if you fall into the category where you think something isn't right, you can learn more about whether the department can help you at the Department of Commerce and Insurance website in the state of Missouri. And this is interesting. A Missouri senator is sounding the alarm on the number of people illegally crossing the southern border with no American officials tracking them or having any record of who they are or where they are after they come into this country. Senator Josh Hawley, points out that the number of those people referred to as gotaways adds up to more than, consider this, it adds up to more than the population of Kansas City and St. Louis combined. It's a lot of people, maybe some with ill intent. That's the problem at this point. The latest report stated that the number was about 860,000 illegal immigrants who evaded Border Patrol agents just in recent years. At issue, Hawley says those are the ones who are evading authorities are likely the ones with something to hide, a criminal background, a terrorism background, perhaps, because we know that had been talked about. So as we are now in an election year, the border is shaping up to be a sizable issue.
I do think it will be, undoubtedly.
Well, I mean,
If you own...
we got a big problem on our hands, and now both sides of the aisle are agreeing. And Texas kind of got everybody's attention by shipping illegal immigrants who wanted to go to Chicago or wanted to go to New York, by sending them there by bus, by plane. And now the Democratic mayors of those places are saying, we've got a problem. We can't handle all these people. And it's just it's a tiny fraction of the number of people coming into Texas on a regular basis.
Right. And then the thing with the wire, Governor Abbott, the last couple days, it's been in the news cycle, maybe 3 or 4 days.
The razor
now,
wire, yeah.
Yes. So we shall see, but undoubtedly big issue. And like you said, sounds like could be bipartisan. So if you own a Ring doorbell camera, this is for you. Amazon, who owns Ring, says they will no longer allow police to have the footage captured by those cameras. Privacy advocates say it's a victory, but not everybody agrees. Now, until this, officers could see and request Ring video through an app called Neighbors, and the owner of the camera could then decide if they wanted to share with authorities or not. Law enforcement agencies can still access videos, but only if they get a search warrant or if the owners voluntarily turn it over. Ring has been fined before for lax security practices. You know what? I think it's right. It's hard for me to say that because I personally don't love it, but I do love privacy, generally speaking. And I do like, when people are like, I have nothing to hide. I'm like, today you don't. But, I've read one too many books about yesteryear, including right now, by the way, The Watchmaker's Daughter. You guys, Corrie ten Boom, you got to read it. It's classic. Anyway, you should read it. And then you might agree with me. Because I know most people probably think, oh, come on, that's helpful for police. And it is, but that's why we have the ability to get search warrants. There you go. All right. Are you going to weigh in on that? I'm moving on.
No, I think I maybe don't know enough about where the police were seeing the video, the Neighbors thing originally, and what this difference is. So I will withhold judgment at this point.
Okay. I get it. Cause there's probably some that I don't know either, but I just, as a general rule, I'm like, yeah, help police out, by golly. Like, they work the butts off. If this could help them, do it. But then I've been reading that book. Anyway. Okay. If you have been there, Eureka Springs is pretty great. It's a great little community in the arts scene. And now it is being recognized as such. It is in the running right now for the best small town arts scene by USA Today readers. So yeah, you can go vote if you'd like in this national poll. There are 20 cities in the running. And if you love it, just go check it out on USA Today's website. And it could be featured in the 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards.
Well, we do pretty well in those USA Today voter polls.
Yes, Silver Dollar City, and then
Wonders of
Wildlife. Who else? Is that it? There might be more.
Well, Silver Dollar City, I think, was in the running for a couple of things. Best theme park and then best Christmas display at a theme park.
Yeah.
Wonders
I'm pretty
of Wildlife.
sure you just called it Silver Dollar City, but it's fine.
Best aquarium.
I'm tracking with you.
It's Friday. I'm pretty much done for the week. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. It's not local, but it's interesting. It's a first for In-N-Out Burgers. The California staple, as you know, is closing one of its restaurants. And apparently that has quite literally never happened, which that in of itself is something to behold, isn't it? They've never closed a restaurant. Isn't that wild?
Right. Because of their own problems. They've never closed it, ever. But and even now, it's not because of their own problems.
Correct. But I just think it's interesting that they've been around forever and they've never closed a restaurant. That's all.
Right.
But that is changing as of right now. They are closing. Why? Because of California crime, not because the restaurant is not profitable. So here's the story. Repeated crime at their store in Oakland is leading to the closure. Burglaries are apparently up 23% there over last year, and vehicle thefts are up 44%. And employees are the ones taking the brunt of it. So they're done. They're done.
It's unbelievable. That's not the first big name to leave parts of California because of crime. You see video of Walgreens and CVS. They just can't.
Target.
They put up walls now, and everything is behind walls in some places where you can't even, as a customer, you can't even walk in and just grab something and then go pay for it. You have to pay for it before you're given it. Everything's behind lock and key. It's crazy to think that that's happening in America, but there you go. It's happening. Falling apart out there. Tickets go on sale. This is good news. Tickets go on sale for comedian Nate Bargatze. He is coming to Springfield, Great Southern Bank Arena, June 28th as part of the Be Funny tour, which is going on now. He's very funny. Tickets start at $40 from the Missouri State University box office. He gained, he's everywhere on your, at least on my Instagram and Facebook reels, and I watch them all because he's funny.
Yeah.
He's on
honestly
Netflix.
had not even heard of him because I live under a rock, as we've discussed. And so now you get to introduce me to him apparently on either Netflix and or Amazon Prime.
We've already watched that.
Oh, is he the one that we watched?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. That guy, I thought I could pronounce his last name. And I had to try to say Bargatze at least 10 times to make sure that I nailed it.
No, that's it. Remember he told a story about the dead horse?
Yeah. That's him.
And
what? Yeah, he was super great. I did not remember him having such a unique last name. It's sort of like Foreheads. It's a weird one, no offense.
Bargatze. Yeah, no, he's very, very funny, and he's very, very popular right now. He's clean. He's a clean comic, which is refreshing these days, to be honest with you. He's on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and he actually holds the record as Amazon's most streamed original comedy special ever.
That's impressive.
The Tennessee Kid
is impressive,
which is the one we were talking about. I showed you. I think you fell asleep because that's what you do when we watch something. But we started watching the Tennessee Kid. I've seen it a few times.
In my defense, I get up well before sunup every day. C Street is the place to be this weekend. The historic district is having a big indoor sidewalk sale at all the shops. It is from 10 to 6 on Saturday. Most restaurants and businesses down there are participating. Maybe not all, but most of them are. 10 to 6 on Saturday. Just head down to Commercial Street.
Yeah. I used to spend a lot of time on Commercial Street back when Convoy was headquartered over there. Now we're far from there, so I don't get over there as much as possible. Yep. Although I did go there for lunch fairly recently. Went all the way over. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Well,
don't forget to download the Around the Ozarks app. It's a free download. You can get both just the audio files or the video files. Take your pick, and you get all of the Around the Ozarks podcast in one place. So check it out. Give us a download, and we would be forever grateful.
Yeah, it'll be right there at your fingertips. You have us Around the Ozarks at 5, Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer, which for this weekend you'll want to make sure you tune into for sure. Rewind with Woody and Janet, Sports Scene with Scott Purrier, Ned Talk with the one and only Ned Reynolds, and more. There's more on there too, so you can listen to a lot of stuff. One-stop shopping.
Very nice. All right, have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you Monday.